Have you ever shared your dreams and felt them shrink the moment someone questioned them? Have you ever walked away from a conversation and suddenly doubted something you once believed in so deeply? Sometimes, dreams don't die because we are not capable. They die because we expose them too early. In a crowded city filled with noise and motion, there was a young dentist named Ethan. Ethan had done everything right. He studied hard, graduated with good results, got a stable job at a small dental clinic. From the outside, his life looked secure, predictable, safe. But inside him, there was a quiet restlessness. Every time he looked at senior doctors, he saw a future that felt too small. He didn't just want to fix teeth. He wanted to learn the most advanced techniques. He wanted to study abroad. He wanted to build something of his own, a clinic that people trusted, a place that changed lives. And deep down, he wanted freedom, to travel, to grow, to experience life beyond routine. One evening, Ethan sat with a group of friends. They laughed, they shared stories, and eventually, the conversation turned to the future. Ethan hesitated for a moment. Then he said it. "I think I want to study abroad, and maybe open my own clinic someday. And I want to travel too." The table went quiet. Not for long. That sounds nice, but unrealistic. Do you know how expensive that is? You already have a stable job. Why risk it? Opening a clinic is not easy. Travel with what money? They didn't mean harm. They spoke from their own fears. But fear sounds very convincing when it comes from others. Ethan smiled. He nodded. He didn't argue, but something inside him shifted. Not broken, just quieter. That night, as he walked home under the city lights, those words followed him. Not realistic. Too risky. Too expensive. Each step felt heavier. Not because the dream disappeared, but because doubt had entered. The next morning, Ethan went back to work. Patients came. He treated them carefully, smiled, spoke gently. Everything was normal, but inside, he stopped talking about his dreams. Days passed, then weeks. Every time an idea came to his mind, he felt the urge to share it, and then stopped. Something in him had learned, until one afternoon a patient walked into the clinic. He was older, around 50, dressed simply, calm, observant. His presence felt different. As Ethan worked, the man watched him closely, not judging, just observing. When the treatment was finished, he asked quietly, "You're new, aren't you?" Ethan nodded. "Yes." The man smiled. "You have steady hands." He paused. "But your mind is somewhere else." Ethan froze for a moment. No one had ever said that to him before. "What do you mean?" he asked. The man leaned back slightly. "You're doing your job well, but you're not fully here. You're thinking about something bigger." Ethan didn't answer immediately. Then, almost without thinking, he spoke. He told him everything, about his dreams, about studying abroad, about opening a clinic, and about the conversation with his friends. The man listened without interruption. When Ethan finished, he simply asked, "Do you still want it?" Ethan didn't hesitate this time. "Yes." The man nodded slowly. "Good, because that means the dream is still alive." Ethan frowned slightly. "Still," the man smiled. "Yes, dreams don't disappear all at once. They fade, little by little. Every time you doubt yourself, every time you let someone else define what's possible." Then he introduced himself. "My name is Dr. Harris. I used to build dental clinics in different countries." Ethan's eyes widened slightly, but Dr. Harris continued calmly. "Let me ask you something," he said. "When you shared your dream, what did you feel?" Ethan thought for a moment. Excited, proud, like I was already doing something meaningful. Dr. Harris nodded. That's the problem. Ethan looked confused. When you talk about your dreams, Dr. Harris said, your brain rewards you. It gives you the feeling of progress without the work. He leaned forward slightly. So when it's time to actually do the work, you have less energy. Because part of you already feels like you've done it. Ethan felt something click. Dr. Harris picked up a small tool from the table. If I tell you I'm building something important with this, what would you do? Ethan answered honestly. I'd probably doubt it. Exactly, Dr. Harris said. Because you can't see the result yet. He looked directly at Ethan. And most people only believe what they can see. Then he said something Ethan would never forget. Dreams are strongest when they are quiet. Ethan stayed silent. Dr. Harris continued, in the beginning, your dream is like a seed. If you dig it up every day to show people, it will never grow. He paused. So here's what you do. Stop talking. Start working. Even if it's just 1 hour a day. Ethan asked softly. And if I fail? Dr. Harris smiled. Then at least you failed doing something real, not just talking about it. That night, Ethan didn't tell anyone anything. He went home, opened his laptop, and began. He searched for study programs, read requirements, checked scholarships. It was overwhelming, but for the first time, he didn't need approval. Days turned into weeks. Every evening, he studied English, watched lectures, practiced writing, prepared documents. Some nights, he felt unstoppable. Other nights, he felt tired. Doubt returned sometimes, but this time, there were no voices around him, no one to discourage him, no one to validate him either, only silence and effort. 3 months later, he submitted his application. Still, he told no one. Then one morning, an email arrived. He opened it slowly, heart beating. Congratulations. He stared at the screen, didn't move, didn't speak. Then he smiled. Not loudly, not dramatically, but deeply. It was different. Not the pride from words, not the excitement from telling others. This was real. Before leaving the country, Ethan returned to the clinic. Dr. Harris was there, as if he had been expecting him. Ethan walked up and said, I got accepted. Dr. Harris nodded. I know. Ethan laughed softly. How? Dr. Harris smiled. Because you stopped talking. Ethan paused, then asked, Why did you help me? Dr. Harris looked at him for a moment. Because I used to be like you. I had ideas, big ones, but I talked too much. And every time I did, I lost momentum. He added quietly, It took me years to learn that silence protects potential. Then he said, Remember this, Ethan. The world doesn't reward intention, it rewards execution. Years later, Ethan opened his own clinic. It wasn't huge, it wasn't flashy, but it was his. Built with skill, built with discipline, built in silence. He traveled, learned, expanded. One day, a young student asked him, I have big dreams, but people say they're unrealistic. Ethan smiled. He saw himself in that question, and he said, Don't fight them. Don't convince them. Don't prove anything. Then he added, Just build. The student asked, Should I tell anyone? Ethan shook his head gently. Tell yourself, every day, but let your work be the first thing they see. Because in the end, the loudest thing in the world is not your words. It's your results. And if this story stayed with you, remember this. You don't need permission to begin. Start quietly, grow consistently, and one day, you won't have to say anything at all.